Finally, it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm with you guys. You know, I mean, it's been a tough relationship. There's been a lot of ins and outs and backs and forths. But you know, but it was all in good time, and it all built up to something, and all the shippers can now be satiated, I guess. Are you happy if you're playing your shipper? So yeah, man, it all worked out good, and what better place to consummate the relationship with the Eiffel Tower standing for symbolism.
We're going to be going to audience questions in a few minutes, so if you guys want to start getting ready for that. First of all, I have to ask, though, Mr. Schwartz, Mr. Fedak, this episode was originally going to be the season finale. When did you find out it wasn't going to be, and how much did it change from what you originally conceived it as?
After we had written it. Yeah, I mean, essentially, we designed the whole season to get to this point with Chuck and Sarah in that room in Paris, and then when we got the order for 6 more, you essentially have to either take those 6 episodes and pad everything out, and I think the shippers would have killed me. Or we told a more story, and that's kind of what we decided to do.
It actually works out great for fans because you get what was designed to be a season finale in the middle of the season, and then it's on us to ramp it back up again, so you get like twice as much excitement. It's a win-win.
Can you tease at all where we're going to go from here and where the next 6 episodes are going to take us?
No, we cannot. We just showed you tomorrow night's episode.
That's true. You all have to keep it a secret for 1 minute. I have to ask Mr. Gomez over there, this has been a fun season for you. Yeah, originally, having not seen this episode originally a day ago, I was going to just ask you, hey, is it cool to be in on the secret? But now at the end of this episode, you're part of the team now.
And he's thrilled.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing. I've had so much fun this season. You know, just to start from season 1, eating garbage out of a crisper, out of a refrigerator, to now being Team Bartowski. It's awesome. It's great.
So will Morgan eventually get some fight scenes? Will we get some combat training?
We'll see Casey attempt to
Yes,
train Morgan in the art of combat.
There may be an attempted training montage.
They actually make for a really great spot, I think, the Casey Morgan combo.
Yeah, it's the more basic.
This is the more basic.
Yeah, the more basic. There's a chair, there's a gesture, but none of them.
It's a Corgan, thank you very much.
Or the Corgan. The Corgan.
Adam, how do you think? I mean, Casey, he did a good thing there. He did a solid for Morgan getting him on the team, but is he going to be very happy having to deal with him day to day now, you think?
As long as he lives up to expectations, sure. I don't know if that's in the cards, though. There will be some fumbling.
How high are the expectations to begin with, really?
Are you shippers? Are you shippers out there?
I bring a certain side of Casey out.
I was going to ask if they were going to get love interests, and so maybe we got something going here.
They've made their case today.
Before we go to audience questions, I just wanted to ask about Shaw, obviously a interesting character for the audience this season. When you introduced him, did you already know right from the get-go that this is sort of where it was all going to lead for Fran?
Yeah, that arc was designed. That was part of the pitch of the character when we first met with Brandon, and we warned him that any man who tries to come between Chuck and Sarah will face some mighty blogger wrath.
I gotta ask you about that because, the episode of Chuck versus the Mask airs, and you've got a very loyal, great fan base here, but, some people weren't quite so happy after that episode. Is that an interesting thing for you guys to sort of see that's out there on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, the most amazing thing, I think, is watching the show with an audience, which you don't get to do like we did today, which you don't get to do very often. Second to that is reading the talkbacks in the Seppenwall blog of the episode, or your blog, or what have you. And seeing that reaction, I mean, we knew we were pushing the story in a direction that might be uncomfortable for some fans, but we ask you to be patient, and we hope that what you witnessed tonight was worth the wait.
All right, let's start with some audience questions here. And please, I'll repeat someone from yesterday who said, can you make it a question at the end? We definitely know we all love them, but no marriage proposals, please today. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Do we have the first audience question?
Yes, the first question is, we're all huge fans of the show. So what I'd like to know is what we can do to help make sure that it comes back. And if that includes going to Subway.
Do they have to buy 2 footlongs this year?
Oh, you're the producers. You would know better than us.
Yes.
You're doing it. This is part of it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'll say this. And I think that Josh, anyone who follows Josh or myself or Adam on Twitter, any tweeters, do it. Pom-poms, that's the saying. So I'll say this, and it's been said on Twitter, and it's been said on many blogs and whatnot. The most effective television watching is live television watching. Yeah. And to add to that, watching it any other way than live is, I hate to say it, but it's almost non-effective. Advertisers need to know that their advertising dollars mean something. And if you zip through commercials on DVR, which is beautiful for us with the DVR, I do it too. And if you watch it on Hulu even, you only have one commercial break in each one of those commercials, or one commercial in each one of those breaks. None of that means anything really at the end of the day to advertisers. It's unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it is. So if you want to support the show in a way that really resonates with the people advertising the show, then watch it live and tell other people to watch it live. Specifically friends with Nielsen boxes, I guess.
Someone here must be able to hack into Nielsen.
Right?
Sure,
Yeah.
this crowd.
We're nerds. Hack Nielsen. That should be the new campaign. Hack Nielsen. That's what it is.
Save Chuck, hack Nielsen.
Hack Nielsen.
Great slogan.
76%.
Before we go to the next
And
audience.
without giving away spoilers of what you saw tonight, if you guys could put out there in the universe that tomorrow night is a can't-miss episode of the show, if you're a fan of the show.
Josh, Chris, have they given you any indication as to a pickup or not?
I know they've, but thank you for asking, Eric.
No problem whatsoever. That's what I'm here for. Next audience question, please.
Yes, hi, my name is Hack Nielsen. My question is for Zachary, actually. You started off in season 1 being very much just an uneasy character, completely ill at ease, just in your own body, and over the course of the 3 seasons, it's been a very gradual change to just a complete badass now at this point in this season. So, how do you play that type of gradual shift over time? Because it's almost imperceptible, but here it is. And how do you play that?
Well, thank you. If it's been imperceptible, I think that's good. I mean, hopefully it's not just like sudden, like, whoa, what the heck happened?
Although it makes sense. It makes sense completely within the character. It's just that it's not like, oh, okay, he changed in this episode, and then this episode, and this episode.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that has to do with Chris and Josh and our other writers. It's certain moments that you find throughout the episodes that you kind of choose. Is this going to be a heroic moment? Is this going to be a moment where Chuck kind of stands on his own 2 feet and doesn't back down, doesn't go run away like a little girl? And there's also been major story points. Intersect 2.0. I mean, that certainly changed the whole game, at least for this season. I don't know. I mean, when I read the pilot, I always hoped that Chuck would eventually get better at this job. That he would, start as this, very ill at ease. This is a world he knows nothing